Tell me a little bit about end of the year goal setting here, and what are we talking about today?
When it comes to goal setting, and specifically end of the year goal setting, we have all of these ambitions. We have all of these aspirations for what the next year could be. But the reality is that we do this pretty much every single year, year over year, and sometimes we see the same goals. So how do we make sure that we're actually successful in not only setting those goals, but making them happen in that next year?
Oh, I think that's huge. Now, I love end of the year goal setting because there's statistics that show like if you start your goals before the end of the year, you have a greater chance of sticking with them. That if you wait for some magical January 1st, start date, you're hungover from New Year's Eve, you don't get started, or 80% of people give up by like February 15th anyway. And it's just, it's a time where everybody's thinking about goals, but they're not really good at making the change. I think winter and other stress and holidays and things play a big part in there as well. But what's your take on end of the year goal setting?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail right on the head. I think we get really excited. We get excited about it. We think about those big things. What could be? I saw somebody else do this, and so therefore I want to do it. But then, as you mentioned, and perhaps a little bit later, we'll be talking about some of these things, but we don't have the right plan to be successful. And so therefore February rolls around, March rolls around, and we see the statistics as it relates to gym memberships. People stop going. And it's the same with just about any goal. So it's one thing to have them. It's one thing to think about them. It's another thing to actually put it down on paper and then build a plan to make sure that you're successful more than just 2 months into the next year.
What is one attitude you'd like people to have?
Attitude would be don't limit what's possible.
And one key behavior or thing you would like people to do leaving the podcast?
Build a detailed plan.
And finally, the best technique, tool, or hack to use?
Journal every day.
Thank you for watching this highlight video from the How to Succeed podcast. You can subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify, or click subscribe right here on YouTube to get notices about future episodes. And remember, whatever you are, be a good one.